Hey guys, I'm Kerry. Welcome to my channel. In this video guys, I'll be teaching you how to write a basic essay. And I'm back. And now guys, we're going to focus on the body.
Your essay's body paragraphs are where you support your thesis statement with facts and evidence. Each body paragraph should focus on one supporting argument for your thesis by discussing related data, content, or events. If you're not sure whether you should include a specific point or detail in your body paragraphs, refer back to your thesis statement. If the detail supports your thesis, it should be in your essay. If it doesn't, leave it out. Your thesis statement is the core of your basic essay structure, so everything else in the essay needs to relate to it in some way.
Remember I said the body has 3 paragraphs. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do all 3 paragraphs today, but I'll at least try to do 1. Maybe I'll try to do 2. Let's see how it goes. Now when you're doing the body guys, we have to pull from the GPS. Remember the GPS is that navigation. That's going to tell us to turn left, turn right, right? So it tells us where to go. Similarly, in your essay, the GPS helps to make your essay more cohesive. It helps to organize your thoughts. It definitely helps to make your points more unified. Unified is especially important. The 3 lessons that resonated with me are the importance of thinking positively, practicing patience, and exercising self-care. Because the first point mentioned in the thesis was thinking positively, the first paragraph of the body will be used to address that. When you're starting the first paragraph, which we say body 1, let's call it body 1. So you start with introductory sentence. Introductory sentence. And remember that your introductory sentence, it's supposed to be linked to your thesis. So linked to thesis. Alright, so ensure that your introductory sentence is linked to your thesis, and then of course after that introductory sentence you have your supporting sentences. Supporting sentences, okay? And after your supporting sentences, you need a concluding sentence. A sentence that solidifies, that closes your points. A sentence that cements your ideas. So, concluding sentence. Alright? Introductory sentence, which is linked to the thesis, supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. Start your paragraph with an introductory sentence connected to your GPS sentence. For example, And that is the introduction sentence. The introduction sentence lets us know what paragraph, which point you're going to be addressing first. All right? It helps to unify your essay. Chapter was particularly insightful in its discussion of the snowball effect of our thinking. According to Carlson, a powerful technique for becoming more peaceful is to be aware According to Carlson, a powerful technique for becoming more peaceful is to be aware of how quickly our negative and insecure thinking can spiral out of control. When caught up in negative thinking, we not only become uptight, but also become stressed. The more absorbed we become in this thinking, the worse we will feel. As you can see, I started this paragraph with an introductory sentence that connects to my thesis. Therefore, I introduced what the paragraph would be discussing. And all the other sentences in this paragraph connect to that sentence. So I then proceeded to talk about the importance of positive thinking. Remember, that's my thesis. I then started to show how the book discussed the importance of positive thinking. And after that, I proceeded to connect it to my own personal experiences. The fact that in my own life, I tend to be a negative thinker. It's something I struggle with. However, this paragraph is not yet complete because I need to establish how this book opened my mind, okay? How this book has caused me to change my approach. And so I'm out of space on the board, so I will have to, unfortunately, erase the first part of the body. Overwhelmed. Okay guys, I know this was a lot for one paragraph. A paragraph can be long or it can be short. So this paragraph is fairly long. However, depending on your level of academia, this paragraph might be sufficient, adequate, too long, but definitely not short. However, take from it what you may, but bear in mind the different aspects of this paragraph. So I started first by having an introduction sentence, an introductory sentence, where I pinpointed the point that I'm going to be discussing in that paragraph. After which, I started to discuss how the book opened my mind. So I started to talk about the issues that the book discussed and how those issues transformed my thinking, how those issues inspired me to change my ways. All right? And in that way, the book has opened my mind. Coming over here, I try to wrap up, try to conclude your point. So for the paragraph, you have an introductory sentence, then you have supporting sentences that are supporting that sentence, the introductory sentence, and after which we try to conclude the paragraph. All right? So my conclusion sentence would be, this book has been amazingly effective because it has helped me realize that thinking negatively will only make me feel more stressed and overwhelmed. All right? And that's how I wrapped up that paragraph. As I said earlier, I doubted I would have been able to address the 3 paragraphs of the body, because this essay it will take some while. But please bear in mind, please remember that for each paragraph of the body, and you'll have 3 paragraphs, so for each paragraph of the body, this is how you need to be approaching it.
So unfortunately, guys, I could only do 1 paragraph for the body. So I hope this one is helpful. I'm going to read the paragraph. Indubitably, don't sweat the small stuff has inspired me to start thinking more positively. Chapter 4 was particularly insightful in its discussion of the snowball effect of our thinking. According to Carlson, a powerful technique for becoming more peaceful is to be aware of how quickly our negative and insecure thinking can spiral out of control. When caught up in negative thinking, we not only become uptight, but also become stressed. The more absorbed we become in this thinking, the worse we feel. This chapter resonated with me because I sometimes struggle with negative thinking. For example, if I have a deadline to meet and have achieved only one aspect of the task, instead of feeling relieved that I have completed a portion of it, I would start fussing about the other things I have not yet done. Soon, my mind would be filled with concerns and annoyances, making it impossible to be peaceful. From Carlson's book, I have learned how to avoid negative thinking. Before my negative thoughts have a chance to build momentum, I now consciously nip them in the bud. This book has been amazingly effective because it has helped me to realize that thinking negatively will only make me feel more stressed and overwhelmed. So guys, as you can see, this paragraph has an error, and the error is that the first sentence did not start away from the margin. So let's quickly rectify that error. Very nice. Nicely done. So now the error is gone. So the paragraph is now fine as it is. Let's look at the introductory sentence. The introductory sentence, guys, is the first sentence that introduces the paragraph, while at the same time referring to the GPS sentence, referring to the thesis statement. Remember, the first point in the thesis sentence was what? The 3 lessons that resonated with me are the importance of thinking positively, practicing patience, and exercising self-care. So remember, thinking positively was the first point mentioned in the thesis sentence. Therefore, when you get to the first paragraph of the body, the first paragraph of the body should address the first point mentioned in the thesis sentence. So therefore, this paragraph is about thinking positively. The function of the introductory sentence in this paragraph of body 1 is to let us know which point is to be discussed first. The introductory sentence also helps to unify the essay to ensure that the essay is more cohesive as a unit. All right, good. All right, let's move on. Now, the rest of the sentences in the middle are the supporting sentences. It's like an army of soldiers supporting the general. These sentences function as a support system. They are supporting the introductory sentence. Remember, the introductory sentence is about thinking positively. The point is about thinking more positively. Therefore, all these sentences, all the supporting sentences should be discussing ideas about thinking positively. If it's a sentence that is talking something way off from what the topic is, which is thinking positively, then it therefore means that that sentence ought not to be included in the paragraph. Remember that the supporting sentences are supposed to be connected to the introductory sentence, and they should support, they should be connected, they should have a similar theme, they should have the same theme as the introductory sentence. All right, now let's move on to the concluding sentence. Now, the concluding sentence is typically at the end of the paragraph. However, a concluding sentence could be at the top of the paragraph or even in the middle. So it really depends. However, in most cases, a concluding sentence will be at the end of the paragraph. Notice that the concluding sentence in this paragraph nicely wraps up, cements the ideas raised in the paragraph. As you can see, there are two sentences that could be the concluding sentence. However, the first sentence sufficiently concludes the paragraph. Therefore, the second sentence is really not necessary. So let's omit the second sentence. All right, so all is well now. So now the paragraph is less wordy and more concise. Notice that this paragraph has 184 words, which is fair for a paragraph of this nature.